All right, let's jump into the second part of Module 5. And also today we're going to cover A5. Now, if you have been paying attention to the syllabus and some of the talks we've had before this, A5 is the last assignment in this class that has a hard deadline associated with it. And that hard deadline's not coming up for several more weeks, but this is sort of the milestone assignment. You get through this, and there's no way you're getting dropped from the class unless you drop the class yourself. So just make sure that you sort of put a pin in this one because this is the last of those assignments that has a hard deadline associated with it. So today, I think we're going to be a relatively short lecture because I want to give you plenty of time to work on A5 because this is going to be by far the most complex program you've written so far for this class. For some of you, it won't be too difficult. For others, it might be a little scary, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to give you an example of how this assignment will look when it's done before I turn you loose. So that's the plan for today. So first, let's review if. So decision making or branching structure in our code. Remember, we have an if, all lowercase, and then we have an expression. That expression, whether you intend it to or not, will evaluate to either true or false. And then we have a colon. And if that expression is true, then everything in the indented code block beneath it, so every subsequent line that is indented, will be run if this is true. Okay, we played around with that. And then we add elif and else. Okay, elif, we can have one or more or zero of these. They're optional, but you can have as many as you want. They are other expressions. Now remember, most important thing, this expression and this expression should never both be able to be true under any circumstances. So you have to set them up in a way that either this one is going to be true or this one is going to be true, but never both. If both of them could be true, you're going to get really unpredictable things happening in your code. You always want to think of this anytime you have an if statement or an if block like this, you want to think of it like a fork in the road. Now, this fork in the road has 3 different directions you can travel. You cannot travel more than one of those directions. Okay, so it's a fork in the road. You can go this way, you can go this way, or you can go this way. As soon as Python finds something that is true, it ignores everything after it. So for example, if this is true, Python's going to print this and ignore the rest. If this is false, and then Python comes down here and says, oh, well, that's true, it will print this and ignore everything after it. If nothing above it is true, then it will always do whatever it says in else. Okay? So else is always done if the other things aren't true.